say too often I say too often I too often I too often I reminisce say too often I reminisce say too often I reminisce say too often too often
Chat.
Can
y'all hear me, chat? Let's start this off the right way, chat. Chat, it been a minute, chat.
Please, baby, don't worry, baby, don't worry.
Chat. It been a minute, chat. It been a minute. Round of applause to yourself.
Baby, don't worry.
Round of applause to yourself, chat. Round of applause. Y'all know what's next, chat. Y'all know what's next.
Please, baby, don't worry.
Chat, I miss y'all. Chat, I miss y'all. We are live and full of big chat. Yes, we are live and full of big chat, Another round of applause. Another round of applause, chat. You feel me? You feel me? The vibes is here, chat. The vibes are alive. The vibes are alive, chat. How are y'all doing today? How are y'all doing today? We got all parameters covered. We on TikTok right now. We on YouTube right now. We on Twitch right now. We got all parameters covered today, chat. I know it's been a little minute. Since y'all seen me. Y'all probably like, dang, what been going on with them? Yeah, this in the third whole time. I have finally hit 100 subscribers, chat. I have finally hit 100 subs. Thank you all to everyone who was with me on that journey. Y'all know it was a journey. It was a multi-day journey. And we finally hit 100 subscribers, chat. I thank you all. Clips doing what they need to do. You feel me? The shorts, the reels, the TikToks. Hey, listen, everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything, chat. So shout out to everybody. I hope y'all down for a good stream. It was a little music that came out tonight. I'ma check that when I get off stream. I'ma check, you know what I'm saying, what music all the music that came out when I get off stream. I did listen to Yeet Junk early. He dropped it a little bit early. I listened to it. It was about 4-5 songs I really liked on that junk. I ain't gonna lie. But also, I want to tell y'all this, chat. Like, alright, so this live streaming thing, right? Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody had their reasons for getting into the live stream. You know what I'm saying? Whether you are inspired by the big streamers or you find this live stream is just cool and a way to connect with people, either or. You know what I'm saying? Either or. Now, what I will tell y'all, chat, is that the future of live streaming really depends more on the production behind the scenes. It really depends on people who's gonna help, like, put the big streams together, chat. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So y'all probably thinking, what are you talking about? So do y'all remember when, you know what I'm saying, Astro Speed traveled across, you know what I'm saying, America, and he did it 24/7. So he was on stream 24/7. Do y'all remember that? Just imagine the team behind. Just imagine the team behind it, chat. Just imagine the team behind it. Who was helping everything, you know what I'm saying, who was making sure the stream's good, making sure the mic's good, making sure the audio good, because I don't know if y'all know, y'all probably just watch streams. It's a lot that go behind streams, It's a lot that go behind streams, and problem solving on the spot is slick difficult. I ain't gonna lie. It's slick difficult. So it's like, all right, boom, like the same thing, you know what I'm saying, with the Mafia thuns and things like that. Just big events like that, they take a huge team. So it's like, I think the future of streaming is really in like the production company. I think if you a production company out there, you should try to get into live streaming. I'm talking about helping these streamers though, I'm talking about helping these streamers directly pull off some big streams. So think about it like Louis Crash Out subscribed. Yo, shout out to Chill Kyron. Yo, Louis Crash, I just subscribed. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the sub. I also see in YouTube channel over there, Chill. I see you. Shout out to you. But I'm just yapping a little bit. and things like that, because I think that's the big, you know what I'm saying, like I think that's the next step. But a lot of people think it's like, oh, like a lot of people think it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying, IRL the wave, IRL this, IRL that. IRL is a part of it, but also desktops is really where it's at. Like, you feel what I'm saying, desktop streams is how you build that community. But I feel like the production company there's going to be this one production company who helps streamers directly, and they're going to get better and better and better. Then, like, you know what I'm saying? So they're going to be doing the big streams in 2030, 2035. I know y'all not thinking that far, but I am. Hello. Huh? I am. Hello. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the big stream. So just something to, you know what I'm saying, be wary of. I also want to say, shout out Max the other day. Like, Max did something super, super unique. Max did something super, super smart. Yo, again, shout out to my dog Louis Crash Out. You know what I'm saying? Are you a crash out for real? Prove it, huh? You know, crash out for real. But listen though, Max did something super smart. Max said, fuck it. Playboy Max said, fuck it. He brought his head mod in to do production. Huh? I think that's smart. I think that's ahead of the curve. You bring your head mod in, you know what I'm saying, who's normally across the globe, or, you know what I'm saying, let's say, boom, you know what I'm saying, Max and PBM, and he in LA, right? His head mod was probably somewhere, you know what I'm saying, overseas somewhere. He brought him in, he brought his head mod, you know what I'm saying, in-house, to where, like, he could troubleshoot faster. He can build more of a connection work-wise, you know what I'm saying, helping him with his streams. I think that's smart as hell. So we got to give a special round out to that boy, Playboy Max, huh? Round of applause, you know what I'm saying, because I think that was smart. Like, you know what I'm saying? Feel something, man. Hey, listen, I see you, buddy. I know who you are. I know you work. You know what I'm saying? He was a little bit closer when Kyle was doing his Mafia thumbs, but that's a story for another day. You know what I'm saying? They both was in California, so it was like he was there anyway. Huh? Anyway, though, chat. Of course, we got some reactions. And things like that we can get into. If y'all don't mind, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Put your seatbelt on. You know what I'm saying? Ride with your dog, J Dunye tonight, and we go catch a vibe. Hello. We gonna catch a vibe. We're gonna catch a vibe, chat. We're gonna catch a vibe. So let me go ahead and get this situated. Now, this first video is gonna be the return of Jason Tatum. Do you see the watch on his wrist? This is Jason Tatum right here. Do you see the watch on his wrist? Huh? Is that spectacular or not? That watch is above my pay grade. But listen, Ethan, shout out to you for joining on the TikTok side of things. That watch right there, and he got the dream big. Big dreams. They say Big Deuce. That's his son name. My bad. See, I'm glazing. Yo, listen, my bad, Jason Tatum. You know what I'm saying? I seen the watch start glazing. I gotta chill. Shout out to my dog Louis Crash Out. Let's go ahead and get into this video though, chat.
I just stuck with it. I just showed up every single day. I knew this day would come one day. I ain't gonna win, but I dreamed about.
So this is return, chat. This Jason Tatum return. How y'all feel about, like, you know what I'm saying, his return so far? Like, I feel like Jaylen Brown been doing his thing. Like, you feel me? So the fact that he have returned, I think it'll help the team. Like, I was watching a game the other night where they played OKC. I ain't gonna lie, Jason Tatum, he brought a lot of gravitas. I talk about that with basketball a lot. Like, just how much people pay attention to you when the ball is in your hand. I ain't gonna lie. It was about like all five OKC players was watching Jason Tatum when he had the ball on the wing. I ain't gonna lie. All five of them was watching Jason Tatum. You know what I'm saying? So it just allowed for more open shots. And at this point of the season, you know what I'm saying, the playoffs is sure you gonna need that.
I'll this day for a long time. This moment, like, had no work. Gonna do what I love.
Breaking news on the health of Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum has suffered a ruptured right Achilles tendon. He already underwent successful surgery to repair the tendon today.
The sober analysis of this for Tatum individually is you hope he can get back to the level he was at this year. You have to acknowledge that that is an unknown.
You know, this is the natural progression of someone that signs up for greatness and someone that signs up for having a long-term career. Is sometimes you don't get to pick the adversities that you go through. You know, the adversities can be, you know, losing in the finals. They can be losing games. They could be the criticism that you have. It could be injuries. You know, and I think on the other side of this, it changes you.
Nah, that's a fact, though. It's a fact.
I think the most important part was just allowing him to process.
Yo, I remember watching the game when he tore his Achilles, though. I ain't gonna lie. I remember watching that game live, and I was like, damn, like, I was like, damn, you know?
That's his emotions and what occurred. Obviously, the first, 48 hours, everything moved so quickly.
I just was thinking about, in totality, all of that, and basically like starting from scratch and starting from zero. The toughest was like, I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it. I just felt like I got to the top of the mountain of my physical and of my basketball career, and then the next day I was at the bottom.
Damn.
He was frustrated.
That's a crazy parallel. That's a crazy parallel.
But the way that Jason is wired, as soon as he could start wiggling his toes, he just immediately went into, okay, so what's the next thing I have to accomplish? What's the next thing on the checklist? And that's when I knew, like, there was no doubt in my mind that he'd work to get back and he'd be right back to being Jason Tatum, because that's just how he's wired. He sets goals, and they gave him thresholds and milestones, and he just knocked them off one by one.
Chat, if y'all wondering what the hell am I watching, this is the return of Jason Tatum coming off his Achilles injury. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So
He made a decision very early in his process.
This is what y'all don't see.
Jason's always believed in himself. That's just how he is. Once he has goals and he makes a plan, like, he's relentless in his pursuit of it.
When he's confronted with any adversity, he inherently just wants to show himself and show everybody else that he can, achieve it.
We never questioned if he would be able to go through it, if he would be able to endure it, and how he would attack this process, because that's just always been who he is.
I am a basketball player.
Probably one of the biggest just was his first on-court workout. That's what he lives for. That's what he's used to doing all his life. So you could just see the joy started coming back.
I missed that.
The smile on his face when he had his first basketball workout, even though it was limited and there were a lot of constraints on what he could do, he just had a smile that was ear to ear.
Right here. 2, 3. 1.
The joy of running up and down the court, of shooting the ball, of getting the pass, and all the things that make the game of basketball so enjoyable. You feel a level of excitement for what he is able to be experiencing, because you know the work that they put in to be able to get to that point.
You're happy to be on the court.
The thing that's interesting was that at every step of the process, he was ready to do the next thing before the schedule dictated that he should be doing the next thing.
See, that's what they saying now. Like, a lot of people be saying, like, did he come back too fast? Woo, this, that, and the third. Like, you feel me? But, hey, listen, it only took 200 days for Jason Tatum to recover from an Achilles injury. Crazy.
Whatever the plan was, I was like 2 weeks ahead of that physically, but we never rushed anything. We never skipped any steps.
That's one of the things with this is, hey, you do still have to meet all these.
Brad Stevens, bro. I remember when Brad Stevens was the head coach of the Celtics game. No cap.
Thresholds, right? We can't rush this process.
But with GT, certainly from my perspective, he just seemed to linearly keep improving, and his focus and commitment to the process was unbelievable, and the process that his staff led him through was incredibly thorough.
Jason, we've seen you in the gym. We've seen you practicing on the court a little more here. Do you feel pressure? Are you worried about this season? Do you feel the pressure of trying to return as soon as possible?
No. No pressure. I've stated that. There's no pressure to return back any sooner than, when I'm 100% healthy. No pressure from Brad, Joe, the team, the organization. The most important thing is that I'm 100% recovered and healthy whenever I do come back.
Boston is playing so well this season. What?
Cause my stream lag on Twitch, bro. My stream lag. I didn't even know. My stream lag. Like, what's going on? Like, stream lagged on Twitch. Is everything good?
What is the level of urgency in Jason Tatum returning this year? Nobody in Boston wants to put any pressure on Jason Tatum to put a date on this, to put a time on this.
I have told him from the get-go, 110% and peace of mind. That's it.
As long as you stick to a certain process, it's less about feel and it's more about your calf strength is this. This allows all of us, including him, to feel confident getting back on court.
PR? Hell yeah!
Playing in the NBA requires a level of physicality over and above what we can really test. So I think the first part is always establishing a baseline level of safety and saying, okay.
That's a fact, chat. I feel like, for him to really operate on, like, his highest level, he got to be right up here mentally. Like, he got to be able to feel that he can do any move, any step back, anything he needs to do on the court and not worry about the Achilles. So, like, that mental got to be right. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
This person's now ready to start testing themselves. And then it's a progressive return to say, okay, this person's now at the level where they can physically perform at the level expected of them.
Now the last component is the mental part, and there's no time frame on the mental part.
It's the mental part of it, man. Trying to get back. Are you going to get back to where you were?
We have him back to a physical point where he is able to withstand a lot of the stresses on court, but there's no time frame on the mental return.
Mentally, it's been tough. It's been exhausting.
I think it's our job to put him in environments with the team to expose him to different variables that, allow him to one day say, yes, I am ready.
It's time to the G League. I played my first 5-on-5 scrimmage. How you feel? Anxious.
Last one to bless. My man, Big Deuce. Main South jersey.
Nah, this kind of fire, I ain't gonna lie.
That was the first time that he played 5-on-5. So from the standpoint of just what does a game look like, that was a great opportunity for him to experience those things.
We know work we've been doing, especially this group, right? So we're just carrying them forward with that. Right?
When the clock starts and the game gets going, it's getting to see him back in his element and enjoying being in that environment of getting to play was really cool to see.
Work. Might finna be working these folks. They might finna be working these folks in the G League, bruh. My torn Achilles and all. Come on. Come on, fool. Hey. Come on, bruh. What I tell
It's
y'all?
cool to see him
come on, man.
somewhat back in his element, scrimmaging with these guys. Really haven't taken any breaks, so just to see it kind of all build up and get us to this point where, he's back to what he's doing, see the joy in him, so that's really cool to see.
He looks like he's progressing along. Obviously, he needs to take his time before he makes any decisions, but in terms of as what I've seen, he looks pretty damn good.
A lot of times people get assigned to their G League teams to practice. Very rarely does the G League team get in the bus and come down and do that with you. So kudos to that.
JT being a part of practice with the main South is big time. The guys who are in the G League don't always get an opportunity to play with the NBA player, let alone one of the best to do it, so it's pretty awesome.
Man, it's been 39 weeks since I played 5-on-5, so this is a big day for me.
39 weeks. That's almost a year. I ain't gonna lie. I think it's 52 weeks in a year. So he said 39. Like, you feel what I'm saying? He knocking on it. You know what I'm saying? Oi! Miguel! Oi! Oi! Come on, man. Miguel! Oi! Yo, I'm talking to somebody in my chat. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't know, I'm talking to somebody in my chat. If I say, oi! Oi! That's a UK. That's a UK mandem. Come on, man. That's the UK mandem speak.
Appreciate you guys making the trip
say,
up.
oi!
I know y'all been playing 4 games in the last 5 days,
cap.
but I appreciate everybody that came out today. Helped me get better. Hope y'all got something out of it.
So y'all forget this the return. Like, he was doing all this preparatory work, before his comeback. This before Jason Tatum comeback, and then when he came back, it was like, oh shit, the Celtics problem number one again. They problem number one again. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Main 03, 1, 2, 3. Main.
I'm kind of just at a point where I'm proud of the steps I've been able to take in getting to this point. It's been the toughest journey that I've been on, and the hardest one for sure.
When players get hurt, they always look at the basketball player, but the impact's so much. And it's cool that he's been open about, this is where I was and this is where I am. And I think that's part of the journey.
A lot of those other players, they don't work like he do. They don't work as hard as he do. They don't love the game the way that he does. And I don't think people understand or even appreciate how hard it was to sit on the sidelines and not be able to do the thing that has brought you joy your whole life. He was gonna do whatever it took to get back to it as quick as humanly possible.
And the more I do it, more I be getting out there. I'm coming back.
Jason Tatum has been fully cleared to make his season debut and play this season.
I think it goes to show that, his values and his personality, regardless of what challenges arise, he's built for it. He might have not
motherfucking logo,
but I think inherently his upbringing and just the way he approaches adversity allowed him to get through this.
Jason Tatum will make his season debut tonight against the Dallas Mavericks at TD Garden.
The things that we go through in life shape who we are. And these last 42 weeks, everything I went through physically and emotionally and mentally shaped me into who I am today in 2026.
Hey.
Gratitude, excitement, but also just trying to keep us cool.
Here come this damn expensive watch again. Here come this damn expensive watch. That watch probably goes for, I want to say that watch probably go for $350. Huh? I think that watch go for probably $350. You know what I'm saying? You can maybe talk it down to 275. Huh? You can. That's if they know you. That's if they know you and you're already a high roller. They'd watch right there. Say about 350 and some change. Come on, man.
Sense of like normalcy. Like I just wanted to feel as close to normal as possible. Because that's what we trying to get back to. Well, I'm hyped though. Everybody hyped. It's gonna be a special day. I think the moment that I step back on the court, and especially at home in front of all the fans, it's gonna be a moment I've thought about for a very long time. There's a lot of people out there.
I think it'll just be like a sigh of relief because we've watched him be relentless and we've watched him work tirelessly and make unimaginable sacrifices to be able to get back to this point.
Happy to be back. Happy to be back, chat.
Be back. Oh my God. There's a lot of people out there.
Just to be able to see the joy on his face again and to see him be able to get back to doing what he loved.
We are back.
We just have an appreciation for the work that he's put in that most people will never see, but it'll be special.
Turn, chat.
Not to say he didn't appreciate the game, but I think he has a even greater appreciation for it now because, you know, it was taken away from him. And he knows what it's like to not be able to play and not, you know, be able to be on that floor. And so I know he doesn't ever want to feel that again.
Oh my God.
It was a challenge for myself too. It's probably, you know, one of the biggest challenges, if not the biggest challenge, you know, in my career. To see him return back on court and to hear his name called, that's everything to me. That's what I got into this profession for, to help somebody get back to what they
I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy. You know what I mean?
Jason Tatum, the four-time first-team All-NBA player and NBA champion, playing his first competitive basketball game in 10 months, authoring an incredible story of restoration.
Either gonna hand it to him, dribble hand up, Tatum dribbles to the free throw line, lob for Tatum, two-hand slam, and the score open.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, chat. Like this right here, like I did see like a few games with Jason Tatum back. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I did see a few games with Jason Tatum back. Like, you know, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, he was just playing like Jason Tatum. I ain't gonna lie. He's still getting in the rhythm. Like, he's still getting in the rhythm. But, like, if I'm being completely transparent, like, this year is really more like Jaylen Brown. I ain't gonna lie. Jaylen Brown been hooping like a motherfucker, chat. I ain't gonna lie to you. You feel me? Jaylen Brown been holding it down. But like I was telling y'all earlier, like, just having Jason Tatum back helps the overall team, especially getting into these playoffs, a whole lot more. Like, a whole lot more, because they were just going to be zoning in on Jaylen Brown. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I know the rest of the team good, but once you take Jaylen Brown out the mix, it's like, shit, what you going to do? You know what I'm saying? What's next? So I ain't going to play too much of the rest of this video because I did, unfortunately, I already see it. I ain't going to lie. But, chat, we still got some more reacts. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, shout out to that. W video, W return of Jason Tatum and things like that, chat. Things like that, you know. So let's go ahead and get into this quick reacts of the quintessential Philly cheesesteak. The quintessential, that's what they call it on this. You know what I'm saying? They call it the quintessential Philly cheesesteak. Let's go ahead and get into it, chat. Hold on, let me rewind it. There we go. The quintessential Philly cheesesteak.
People have three true loves in Philadelphia: the Eagles, Wawa, and a great Philly cheesesteak. Cheesesteaks are everywhere in Philly, found in restaurants across the city, each with their own.
I'm gonna be real, I don't know if I mess with all them onions though. Can I be 1,000 with you? Can I be 1,000?
Loyal followings.
Shout out to President Obama.
Biggest cheesesteak fans go here. This is Jim South Street, and it's been serving Philly's quintessential cheesesteak since 1939.
If the cheesesteak is the institutional sandwich of Philadelphia, this is the place.
Yo, they represent though. They got their Eagles hat on, huh? They got their Eagles hat on. She got her Eagles on color too. Shout out to grandma right here. You feel me?
Place to get it. Yeah. This is the institution.
We're heading to Jim South Street for cheesesteaks. But when you can get a cheesesteak basically anywhere in this city, we want to know, why are people going to Jim's? Let's go find out.
The cheesesteak was created back in 1930 when a hot dog vendor, Pat Olivieri, opted to throw beef on the grill. Steak sandwiches became a popular cheap eat with cab drivers, and by 1940 had made their way onto restaurant menus throughout Philadelphia. One of which was Jim's Steaks, a West Philly shop opened in 1939.
The definition of classic Philly cheesesteak is our cheesesteak. We make it a little differently than some of the other folks. We use sliced, top round, thin, choice Black Angus beef, and Pat's and Gino's use ribeye. We chop our steak. A lot of our competition kind of flips it on the grill. As far as a classic Philly cheesesteak, ours looks super classic.
So it's just basic like that? Like, it's just basic like that? Like, you feel me? Like, it's like Angus beef, grilled onions, nacho cheese. That's it. Like that's it. That's what all the hype is about. That's what all the hype is about, huh? I digress. Let's continue watching.
Generally, the cheese of choice is Cheese Whiz, the craft processed cheese product we all know and love. But customers can also opt for American or provolone.
Or the Colby Jack. You know what I'm saying? Colby Jack, my favorite cheese. You know what I'm saying? You can melt some Colby Jack. Yo, they losing me with this Philly cheesesteak, man. Cause I ain't gonna lie, New York got to figure it out with the chopped cheese. That's a burger in itself. New York really got to figure it out. Like, you feel what I'm saying? The chopped cheese, you know what I'm saying? The type of ingredients that they add to the chopped cheese make it, you know what I'm saying, 10 times more better. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie to you, Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all got to step it up just a little bit. And I ain't gonna lie, the way he got his watch on right here is really grinding my gears. It's really grinding my gears. The only thing that's saving him is that my great grandmother wears her watch the same way. That's the only reason I ain't on your ad, Playboy. Let's continue the video.
On both the top and bottom of the roll, and then adds a final drizzle across thinly chopped steak and a mix-in of onions.
I mean, I feel like if you don't get whiz, they just probably throw you out of here. Or at least, I mean, that's the play, right? Everyone has to get
That's what
whiz.
they say, though. That's what they say, you know what I'm saying? Because I was saying something about Colby Jack. So maybe if I go to Philadelphia and I say, nah, I don't want the weird cheese, give me the Colby Jack cheese, they might get on my ass. Fuck them.
Processed cheese on my sandwich, because this whole whiz thing is new to me. That melted consistency, I think, plays such a huge part in the sandwich because it's so intertwined in the steak.
Yo, her face looked disappointed. Did it not? Did it not look disappointed a little bit?
Kind of skeptical about putting processed cheese on my sandwich. This whole whiz
Yo,
thing is new to
listen,
me.
bro.
That melted consistency,
Yo.
I think, plays such a huge part in the sandwich.
That's a
because it's so
letdown.
intertwined in the
She was
steak,
let down.
And you just get like that
I'm telling you,
saltiness and
cuz
that
she was
creaminess
let down.
in every single bite. This roll is soft. It's all kind of like absorbing and morphing together. And it's just like, I don't know, it's really warm and enjoyable to eat.
I don't come to Philly often, but I've always thought Pat and Gino's was a thing, and I have a friend here who swore that this was like the local spot. Forget the big two, you had to come to Jim's.
Abner Silver and William Proetto bought the original Jim Steaks in 1976 and moved the shop to South Street, where they carved their own slice of the ever-growing cheesesteak market.
There was no place else that was selling cheesesteaks, you know, exclusively. I mean, everybody sells cheesesteak in Philadelphia, but we were the first cheesesteak place to open on South Street.
In 1977, after a year at its new location, Philadelphia
I ain't gonna lie, chat. So this was just came. She loves the product. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Carew, she hates the product. Listen, bro, she hates the product, bro. She hated the product. But let me tell you something, Carew. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I ain't gonna lie. It seemed like to me, so New York got chopped cheeses, you know what I'm saying, bacon, egg, and cheese. Like, you feel me? It seemed like Chicago got pizza. You know what I'm saying? They got the deep dish pizza. Like, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Walk with me. Walk with me now. I ain't gonna lie, Memphis got the barbecue. I ain't gonna lie, somebody who was on the plane asked me about Memphis barbecue and stuff like that, and I was just like, I don't even eat Memphis barbecue, bro. So this is not the conversation to be having with me. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? People gonna be like, what? Pick your lip off the floor. I ain't never had Memphis barbecue and I don't plan on it. Like, you feel me? I don't plan on it. But then I'm trying to think of some other places. What's some other places? You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know in the chat. What's some other places that really have, like, it's known for the food. It's known for the food. You know what I'm saying? Because people would say, like, New Orleans will be known for, like, you know what I'm saying, they crawfish, Creole, like, you know what I'm saying, style food, like, you know what I'm saying, Florida seafood, like, you know what I'm saying, let me know.
Magazine named Jim's Cheesesteak the best in the city. The restaurant won the Best in Philly award 4 more times after that, standing out as South Street's premier cheesesteak restaurant.
We were doing 100 cheesesteaks a day instead of 2,000 cheesesteaks a day.
Is that what you're doing now?
On a busy day, we'll do more than that. And this past weekend, we served 6,000 cheesesteaks.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the best in the country.
It's the best, and we're natives. We live here. I mean, we live in Center City. We live here, and we know it's the best.
I'm more proud of our local clientele than just the tourists that come here all the time.
Because they know.
Because,
they know the deal.
because they know that we have guys that come here same day, the same sandwich, every day, all the time.
We're so excited to be here, we can hardly stand it. We've been told that this is the original Philly steak. So here we are. I mean, I feel like I want to get the t-shirts and strap them on.
There's a hype, and I really believe it's warranted. It has a vibe, and it has like this community that is
not
just
like
like very
cheesesteak,
loyal
bro.
to this.
I'm telling you, she don't like this.
The difference is I used to come here in 1967.
Yeah. What is that? She actually eat it unlike certain CEO. Who the CEO you talking about? Who the CEO you talking about? Ain't nobody said, hey, listen, he actually eat it unlike some CEOs. Hey, listen, who you talking about? Are you talking about Mickey? Are you talking about Mickey D's, huh? Are you talking about Mickey D's? I ain't gonna lie, but he really set a trend. He really set a trend because once McDonald's do it, everybody want to do it. Burger King, Wendy's, KFC, you name it.
Likely to find me here at 1 o'clock in the morning, not 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
This hoagie is dense, so it's holding it pretty well. Yeah.
Did they?
Yo, I didn't even know this was the end of the video. W video, honestly. The people of Philly are not gonna like me because I am not sold on the Philly cheesesteak. How do I tell you? I'm not sold just yet. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if they add some few other ingredients and maybe other places do. But that cheesesteak look real plain. You telling me some cheese, some Whiz cheese, okay. Grilled onions, okay. And some Angus beef. That's it. Nah. No. But listen though. So let's see, chat. Because this next reaction, we can also get into. This next reaction is going to be basically the rivalry between Ray-Bans and Oakley, chat. Let's get into it.
Ray-Ban and Oakley have been two of the most well-known and consistently best-selling brands of sunglasses for decades. If you go down to Sunglass Hut or most other similar retailers, these are the two that you are most likely to see. They are considered higher-end premium brands, so they usually cost a few $100s. But if you take care of them, value fashion, and live in a sunny area, I would say it is probably worth investing in a pair. In the United States, sunglasses were not all that popular until the 1930s. Oddly enough, movie stars were wearing them in sunny California, partially to block out the sun and partially so they would not be recognized. People wanted to be like these movie stars, so there was suddenly a high demand for sunglasses, and over the past 90 plus years, it has since grown into a multi-billion-dollar market. From what I can tell, Ray-Ban has essentially led that market almost from the beginning,
Ray-Ban.
currently accounting for an estimated 20% of all sales in the US, while Oakley maintains a consistent second place at around 15%. Obviously, these two have been positioned as rivals, competing against each other for the attention of, well, anyone looking to buy sunglasses. I think it is interesting that in 2025, rapper A$AP Rocky was named creative director at Ray-Ban, and then only a few months later, rapper Travis Scott was appointed.
I ain't gonna lie, the first individual that I seen with Ray-Bans on was primetime Deion Sanders. That's the first person I seen with the Oakleys when he went to Colorado. His face was plastered everywhere with the Oakleys on. You know what I'm saying? Looking like $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Looking like $1 million. So shout out to primetime Deion Sanders. You know what I'm saying? Coach Prime. You know what I'm saying? He was the first person I seen with the Oakleys on. You know what I'm saying? It was an entire wave ever since.
Chief visionary over at Oakley. Trust me when I say that all of this is much more connected than you may realize.
Now, another thing, you know what I'm saying, with Travis Scott too, I ain't gonna lie, like during his Utopia run, you know what I'm saying, with the album Utopia, he was politicking, you know what I'm saying, he had his like superhero look going on. I don't know if y'all remember, but he definitely had his superhero look going on. He definitely, like you see it right here.
I think it would be interesting
Live in
to
the
talk
flesh,
about
man.
what has been happening throughout the industry while comparing these brands in 5 major categories. Starting off at the beginning with the foundation. Ray-Ban originated in the 1930s as part of a large company that specialized in lenses and eyewear called Bausch & Lomb. Air travel was still emerging, and there was a real problem where intense glare from the sun was making it difficult for pilots to see properly and even making them feel sick.
That shit hurting my eyes. Can y'all get this off the screen, please?
Well, Bausch & Lomb created special anti-glare sunglasses for pilots in the U.S. Army Air Corps to help address that issue. The name Ray-Ban was soon chosen to emphasize the protection they offered from the sun's rays, and the name Aviator was later assigned to that specific line of sunglasses, well, for obvious reasons. They were worn by members of the U.S. military during World War II, including General Douglas MacArthur, and considering the public's newfound fascination with sunglasses, Ray-Ban quickly emerged as one of the coolest, best-selling brands. Now, the origin of Oakley is different in just about every way imaginable. Instead of airplanes, it was motorcycles. Instead of a large corporation, it was one person with a $300 investment. In 1975, James Jannard created a motorcycle hand grip that was made from a special rubber compound and featured one of those octopus tread patterns. That was the first ever product sold by Oakley that, by the way, much like the chicken restaurant Raising Cane's, was named after his dog. Just a few years later, they started selling motorcycle goggles that wisely had the Oakley name printed toward the top.
Yo, Oakley is a good dog name now that I think about it. Oakley is a good dog name. Like, you feel me? That's a good dog name.
Top of them and across the strap. Then, in 1984, that led to them selling sunglasses. Admittedly, the original factory pilot eye shade still looked a lot like goggles, but the following year...
Oh, so this was always Oakley swag. This was always Oakley swag, you know what I'm saying, with the, like, with the color variation going on. This was always they swag. You know what I'm saying? Even back in the 80s, you know what I'm saying, in the 90s. They've been had it going on.
They released a much more traditional looking line called Frog Skins. So now that everything is
Yo, this blue one right here is fire. I ain't gonna lie. This one right here is insane.
Established, I'm gonna go back to my list to the next category of comparison, promotion. Even though Oakley and Ray-Ban originated as sportier brands with a specific purpose, Ray-Ban evolved into much more of a fashion brand with the 1952 release of the Ray-Ban Wayfarer. They were famously worn by James Dean in the movie Rebel Without a Cause, and that helped spark a craze where they were being worn by some of the biggest celebrities of the time, including Bob Dylan, Muhammad Ali, and President John F. Kennedy. Then, in the 1980s, the Ray-Ban Wayfarer had a massive resurgence after being prominently featured in multiple movies, most notably Risky Business. After Tom Cruise wore them in some iconic scenes, sales reportedly rose 20 times higher than the year before. And maybe even more impressive is the fact that Tom Cruise also helped rejuvenate the original Aviators line after wearing them in the movie Top Gun, only 3 years.
So let's just let the cat out the bag. Basically, Ray-Bans paid Tom Cruise. Huh? You not fooling me. This ad was in 2 movies, The Aviators and The Everyday Junks that everybody like. You not fooling me. Them folk gave Tom Cruise that bag.
Years later, needless.
You know what I'm saying? More power to you, Tom Cruise.
To say, in the 1980s, Ray-Ban was doing better than ever, making it tricky for an emerging brand like Oakley to capture people's attention. Remember, they released their first sunglasses not even a full year after Risky Business came out, so instead of promoting them to the general public, they stayed much closer to their original image as a sports brand. To this day, that is how the Oakley brand is widely recognized. A few notable moments early on would be Greg LeMond wearing a pair of Oakleys when he won the Tour de France in 1986. Andre Agassi famously wearing them on the cover of Tennis magazine after apparently using them to cover up his bloodshot eyes after a hangover during a Davis Cup match. And of course, Michael Jordan wearing them during his brief baseball career as a member of the Birmingham Barons. During the early 2000s, Oakleys were featured in a few notable movies, including Blade 2, but believe it or not, probably their most notable appearance was in the opening scene of Mission Impossible 2, worn yet again by Tom Cruise. I know, it is crazy how good that guy is at making sunglasses look cool. Going back to the list, a brief comparison that I think is important is looking at other products that they have sold. And throughout about 90 years of history, it's almost impressive that Ray-Ban has been almost entirely committed to sunglasses. They did start making prescription glasses and smart glasses, but as far as I can tell, that is about the extent of it. Yeah. Whereas Oakley has been much more aggressive. I mean, technically, sunglasses started out as an extension of their original business that had already existed for almost a decade. In 1997, shortly after Nike started making performance sunglasses, Oakley filed a lawsuit against them, claiming that they used their technology and infringed on their patents. It resulted in legal battles for the next 5 years or so before ultimately ending in an undisclosed settlement, but In the meantime, Oakley started challenging Nike directly in the shoe market with the introduction of the O shoe, followed by many others. So those are some pretty bold moves there. And also around that time, they introduced a $1,500 watch called the Time Bomb.
Trash.
Today, Oakley makes all sorts of clothing, in addition to bags, helmets, gloves. What I'm saying is that if you walk into an Oakley store, you will find way more than just sunglasses, which is going to lead me into my next comparison, retail presence. Today, there are 185 Oakley stores, with over 90% of them being found in the United States, including a few major sports venues like Yankee Stadium, whereas Ray-Ban has 197 stores, but less than 20% of them are in the United States, meaning Ray-Ban stores have a stronger global presence, but Oakley stores are more common domestic.
Which one y'all choosing, chat? Huh? Which one y'all choosing, chat? Please let me know, chat. Which one are y'all choosing, chat? Are you choosing to be the biggest in just North America? Or are you choosing to be the biggest in the world? Are you choosing to be the biggest in just North America? Are you choosing to be the biggest in the world? It seems like Ray-Ban's got it on lock. They want their global presence. And I honestly believe if you want to reach legendary status, if you want to be like iconic, truly iconic, you got to go global. You got to go global. I know North America is where the money is. I get it. But listen, I ain't gonna lie. To have that global presence, I think to me, someone like me means leaps and bounds more compared to just, you know what I'm saying, being where the money is, because, I don't know.
However, the much more important retailer when it comes to both brands is in fact Sunglass Hut, and this is where things start to get complicated.
Because Sunglass Hut probably sell both. They don't care. Sunglass Hut, yo, they the middleman for all this shit, huh? You want your product in the store or not?
See, Sunglass Hut was started by an optometrist in sunny Miami, Florida as a kiosk at his local mall. That is where the name comes from, and over the next 30 years, it grew into the largest sunglasses retailer in the country with almost 2,000 locations. Well, in 2001, Luxottica acquired those locations for $462 million, not including debt, and let me put that into context. Luxottica is an Italian company that has become involved in just about every part of the eyewear industry.
Really?
In 1995, they acquired LensCrafters.
Yo, I remember seeing LensCrafters everywhere when I was growing up.
Luxottica is an Italian company that has become involved in just about every part of the eyewear industry. In 1995, they...
Yes, bro. I remember seeing this everywhere, bro. That's crazy.
Acquired LensCrafters. In 1999, they acquired all of the sunglasses brands from Bausch & Lomb, including Ray-Ban. So here, they bought Sunglass Hut to expand their U.S. retail presence while integrating vertically. They were taking control of the #1 retailer of their Ray-Ban sunglasses, which, as you may have put...
Look, you see right there, Sunglass Hut selling both. You know what I'm saying? Sunglass Hut selling both, but it's seeming like Luxottica got parts in all of them.
Together was bad news for Oakley. Stick with me here. About a quarter of all Oakley sunglasses were sold at Sunglass Hut. So now they were essentially being taken over by their top competitor. Once Luxottica took control of Sunglass Hut, they heavily started favoring Ray-Ban over Oakley, which sent Oakley into a bit of a panic because they were suddenly having trouble getting their...
This is big business at its finest. This is big business at its finest. If you can't buy your competitor, you're going to buy everything else and just... slowly but surely, scoot them out the way. Yo, that's crazy.
Product to the customers. They quickly made some deals with mall-based athletic retailers like Foot Locker and went so far as to acquire the owner of 40 mall-based sunglass stores under various names. Over the next 5 years, Oakley almost tripled the size of that company before consolidating all of it under the name Sunglass Icon. Do you see how things got complicated here? Simply put, Ray-Ban and Sunglass Hut essentially joined forces under Luxottica and used that advantage against Oakley.
Exactly.
And even though the two signed an agreement to keep selling Oakley products in Sunglass Hut, it was on a smaller scale, and all of these efforts were having trouble compensating for those lost sales. So, in 2007, Luxottica acquired Oakley for over $2 billion, bringing all of it together under one...
Oh my gosh. Ray-Ban owned Luxottica to buy Oakley for $2.1 million. Yo, this Luxottica company has a true monopoly on all eyewear. That's insane. That's insane. You mean to tell me this company right here owns Ray-Bans and Oakley? Oh my gosh. I gotta make a product that sells, man. Yo, that's insane.
Massive eyewear company. Many have argued that Luxottica may have become too powerful in the industry, considering they also own Pearl Vision and iMed Vision Benefit.
They own it all.
At that point, Ray-Ban and Oakley have continued to compete as individual brands, but have operated under the same company behind the scenes, leading me to my final comparison category, competition. Considering almost 2/3 of the...
You need to change that competition word and put it as preference. That's preference, whichever one you prefer.
U.S. sunglasses market is controlled by
It
other
ain't
companies.
competition no
I
more.
figured I would take a minute to explore the rest of the industry. And for that, the only other brand that stands out in terms of sales is Maui Jim, responsible for something like 10% of the U.S. market.
Really?
In 2022, Maui Jim was acquired by Kering, the owner of some of the world's largest luxury fashion brands, including Balenciaga and Gucci. Back in 2014, they had started Kering.
So I think that's gonna be like, so all they gonna do is just put that Gucci or some of those big, you know what I'm saying, luxury brands names on the other glasses and they go sell.
Eyewear to design, develop, and distribute the glasses for those popular brands. So after acquiring a few additional brands, including Lindbergh and Maui Jim, Kering has become a major company in the industry. However, when it comes to, I would say, most other designer brands that are not owned by Kering, you know, like Chanel, Prada, Coach, well, believe it or not, those are also made by Luxottica under various licensing agreements.
My
They made their
gosh.
first major licensing deal to make Giorgio Armani sunglasses back in 1988 and have gradually built up a collection of them. So to summarize here, Luxottica is by far the biggest company when it comes to sunglasses. Being the owner of Ray-Ban, Oakley, and a variety of licenses, but Kering has also become significant as the owner of Maui Jim and some luxury fashion brands. Let me know in the comments, I guess, what are your thoughts about sunglasses? Well, first off, are you more likely to buy the premium pairs that I've been talking about, or the more disposable ones from Walmart or almost anywhere else? And for those of you that are more gravitated toward these premium pairs, what brand do you prefer, and what factors into that decision? Is it the style?
Chat, W video chat. W video chat. I'm not gonna lie to you. Man. W stream today. This is my first stream back. Shout out to Louis Crash out for the sub. Shout out to also shout out to Certified Yapper. He's a yapologist. He went to school for yapology. For also giving me a follow on the Twitch side of things. Chat, thank you all for tonight. I seen people coming in from YouTube. I seen people coming in from TikTok and things like that. Thank y'all so much for you know what I'm saying, spending some time with me tonight and things like that. More streams are also on the way. But just know, when you hear this sound, that it has been a W stream. I appreciate you all. I hope you guys have an amazing night and an amazing Friday coming up. I will see y'all very, very soon. All right? And until then,